Hello everyone, welcome back to the Fate of Aeothar. When we last left off, the rest of the party caught up with Hadrada and confronted him, ensuing in a struggle and eventually ending with him being restrained. As this is happening, the mouth to the Howling Caves close, like a wolf snapping its jaws shut, trapping the party inside with a restrained Hadrada. After a little exploring, the party becomes uncomfortable traversing further on account of it going deeper into the ground. Thus, they return to the entrance to wait out a long night. As the party rests, an inhabitant of the cave makes itself known, forcing the party to make a quick exit with Moss liquidating the cave entrance until there was a path through. Upon escaping, Hadrada pleads with his friends to cut him loose, which they do, and he leaves, making his own way back to Wintervale to catch a ship back home to Finnebear. You've all had a long night's rest. Hadrada, your ship is departing first thing this morning. So what are you doing? Are you waking up and making your way to the dock?
Yeah, I use my arcane alarm clock and I head out to the docks and get on the boat.
Okay. Yeah, and you make your way down to the boat and take one last look around Wintervale and take it all in before you muster yourself up and get onto the boat and sail off back home to Finnebear.
A little thing for the sake of, I don't know, but once he does actually get home, he's going to try and convince his parents to he's gonna try and say hey, I'm Hardrada to his parents, and sing a bunch of dwarven lullabies to try and convince them.
Okay. So jumping back to the rest of the group, what are you guys doing?
Yeah, I'm sleeping at my mom's place.
Yeah, Moss, after getting everything sorted and waiting for the bow, immediately after doing the thing with Durgan's mom house, would go seek out Draken, see what he learned while we were gone.
Okay, so are you gathering the rest of the party, those that remain, to go with you to see Draken, or is it something you're just kind of heading off to by yourself?
Well, I guess so. Yeah, as he leaves, he's like, "Everyone, I'm going to head off to the castle, speak with Draken, see what he's learned while we've been gone."
At Draken's mention, turning the lights up a little bit, oh, I get to speak to him again? The mage?
Indeed, the king's mage.
A little bit giddy.
Would anyone else like to join us, just in for a relaxing evening? Thalia, Durgan.
Oh, nah, you can just tell me what he said. I'm gonna stay here.
Thalia, would you like to join us?
She then looks at her and is like, I'll be back. I just really want. I'll go and then I'll come back and then I'll tell you.
Sounds good.
Huh? Go. Yeah, I'm going with.
Okay.
Beautiful.
So yeah, Skull, go ahead and wait in whispers. Corin, you as well.
Okay.
And nerds.
Okay. So you begin making your way from Durgat's mom's house to the castle, and you see a group of guards patrolling the streets and seeming to actively be looking for someone or something.
I'll approach the guards and question them.
I'll wave as we approach.
Okay.
Me too. I'll tell you as a little wave. Hello.
I'll take interest.
Okay. And they turn around and see you and say, oh, it's you. Draken has been looking for all of you. There's been a few developments. You're to go to the castle immediately.
Oh, fantastic.
Lead the way, gents.
And they say, right. And begin heading back to the castle. And you begin to follow them.
Yes, we follow our escort.
Let's go.
And they begin making their way to the castle and get inside. And just directly up to the stairs, up to the top of the tower, where the orb is being held and where Draken is usually found. And they wait, or they get to the door and they stop and they motion for you to go inside and say, he's in there waiting for you.
I knock before we enter.
And you hear come in.
Swings the door open. Draken, What have we
Hey.
learned?
Hello.
Big,
And
grandiose, arms open.
you see Draken standing kind of on the other side of the orb. And as you walk in, you notice that there is a bloody, fleshy mass that has begun to form on the ground next to where the
Oh.
orb is being held.
Oh,
And he says, well, this started to happen a few days ago.
That,
That's
what?
that's disgusting.
Can you explain? Because that looks like an ex-rat.
And he says, well, first it started as a small little dribble of blood, and then it grew to a puddle of blood, and now it's formed meat.
have you tried stabbing it?
I haven't gotten close to the thing. I don't know what it is.
Do you want me to...
Wanna
punch it?
Well, hold on.
Okay,
hold on.
shoot.
Okay.
Okay, sorry.
Oh, it's okay.
Go on.
So he's like
do you have-
holding his
no.
fist like reared back, like
Yeah,
waiting.
no, boss, I'll hold your finger up. Talia, did you have an idea? I heard you trying to get something
I could throw a spell at it.
What spell were you thinking before you throw anything?
That's a non-destructive spell that I have. A little
real
vicious
quick,
mockery, always? No, wait.
I don't think it has ears. Can I just like give this thing like a general look over, like from a medical perspective? Can I tell what this thing is?
Sure.
What would I roll
Let's
for
see.
that?
1 second.
If I had to
Roll
guess
a
medicine?
medicine check, yeah.
Yeah.
I was just making sure that's what it was, because there's one in Call of Cthulhu as well.
That's a roll.
Wisdom, baby. We
24.
out here.
All right, so on a
Frogan is very wise.
on a 24, looking at it, it seems like muscle tissues, not like skin or epidermis or anything like that, but
Is it alive?
there's no pulse, there's no nothing like that. It doesn't seem to be living.
If I take my fancy silvered dagger, silvered dagger. If I were to take that and just the tip, poke it in.
Yeah, it pokes in, and as it does, like some blood comes out of the hole, and
Okay.
Is it like writhing?
That doesn't react to it. Like, does the muscle pull back, or is it just like sitting there letting me stab it type?
no, it's just sitting there letting you stab it. It's not doesn't seem to react from it.
So- Boss will like take a step back and stand up and just like, I have a thought. I'm not entirely sure. It's living tissue, but I'm not entirely sure that is a. I could if I spent 10 minutes with it. I could do it for free or spend one now. Ah, fuck it. He'll just like wave his hand across and do a detect magic on it. Is it giving off any specific magical essence?
No,
Scratches his chin.
And
hit it with
this just kind of dripped out of the orb.
And he says, well, I don't know how it got here. Like I said, it just started out as a pool of blood on the floor, and the next day it was growing this.
Oh.
Well, I could possibly hit it with a blight, but I'm not sure if that even do anything. It sucks the life essence out of things. It's more for plants than it is living things, but it works.
I mean, plants are also living things, aren't they?
I mean, it's true. It's a big spell, though. We might need it. Well, I mean, we're resting for a few more days, right?
Yeah.
No harm, no foul. Turns to Tony, turns to Talia, turns to Draken. Should I
I mean,
hit it with a big one?
I'm not opposed.
Go for it.
And Draken says, by all means, just don't blow us up or anything.
Well, it's not explosive, and he'll wave his hand through the air, like grab like a little sprig of like some yellowish plant on his shoulder, and grind it and like toss it into the air, and then like toss it onto. I guess they'll sprinkle it onto the thing, and cast blight.
And he looks a little bit amazed as he does this.
And I don't know. Do you want me to roll damage? Is that how this works? Does it even make a con save? Does it have a con save?
So, I would say at this point, this doesn't constitute as a creature.
So it doesn't even target.
It is a bloody, fleshy mass of...
Unintelligible.
Yeah.
So I try to target. Does it still take the spell?
Yeah.
Damn it.
You attempt it, but it doesn't take.
He just like rubs his chin. He goes, ah.
Have you moved it? You tried moving it.
And Draken says, what, go grab a shovel from the stables and just kind of scoop it up? Is that what you mean? No, I haven't tried that.
Well, not you. Get a god to do it, obviously. But the gods, like Moss will wave one from outside.
Tony looks at Moss like, hello?
What, you want to touch that with your hands?
I hold my hand up and it is encased in solid metal.
I mean, have at it. Never mind, sir. As the one guard runs up. No.
Is it like generating from the space, or like is it growing? Because we could put it in a small box and that'd stop it growing, right?
It was a pool of blood first, and I would say it's grown into something else so far.
How long ago
Could we
did
put
this
it in
happen?
a jar?
I mean, by all means, feel free to try.
Because that'd stop it growing, right?
Possibly. Well, let's see. And Moss will take out, checking inventory, making sure I still have.
Or at least hinder its growth.
Yes, I have 2 empty, large potion things because we separated them into smaller potions. So I reach into my bag of holding and pull out one of the large alchemy brewing that once held 6 potions of haste, which are now divvied up in the bag, and I hand that over to Tony. Oh, that's it.
I try and awkwardly slide the mess into the jar.
No, you gotta slosh it in. Like you gotta fold it and then push.
Roll just a general dexterity check.
I will give him advantage with enhance ability as I wear Donde Está.
I was just gonna ask you to hold the jar, but that's
Too
fine
late.
too.
All dex for an hour.
Okay.
Cat's grace.
Can I use Bardic Inspiration to give... Oh, never mind. You rolled
it.
or rolled. Too late.
Okay. You get most of the fleshy bits up, but the blood is a little bit harder to try to wrangle into this bottle. Like, you get some, but not all of it. And it's very sticky, coagulated blood.
I'm gonna assume shape water doesn't work on blood.
No. It's almost like if you've ever touched like almost dry acrylic paint, how it kind of peaks when you pull your hand back. It's it's like that.
In that case, I'm gonna take my bottle of never-ending water, like a little bit, just to like spray a bit on my hand to wash it off.
Okay.
I don't want to like torrent the room.
And it feels very greasy and oily, and even after washing all of it off, there's still just like a thin film of like grease on your hand.
As Tony's like shoveling it in the bottle, he's like, what?
This is not pleasant. Here, it must like grow a very fragrant flower with Druidcraft and hold it under Tony's nose as he shovels it in. Or I guess in front of the faceplate where the nose holes are.
And Draken watches as you do this, and you see him kind of with his like closed fist over his mouth, like, oh, dear gods.
It's not pretty work, is it?
Do you have a cork?
Yeah, and Moss will reach in and pull the cork out from the bottle.
Dunk. Place it in the bottle, cap it off. Well, it's in there now. You will have to have the floor cleaned.
I'm not putting that in the bag.
And Draken says,
no.
What do we do with it now, though?
I guess we can take it with us too and hopefully just throw it into the forge.
And he says, well, okay. It's
If
good a plan as any, I suppose.
If anything else creepy happens, I was gonna give you some advice, but honestly, this just. Ugh.
But we need about 2 days, so we need a way to hopefully contain this. Maybe I'm not sure. Moss just kind of scratches his head. But we need 2 days. Do you think is there a way to maybe contain the phylactery or build something that we could use to transport it without putting it in the bag? As Moss kind of grabs the bag and pulls it tightly to him.
And he says, well, we could fashion some kind of chest for it or something like that, but...
Tony looks interested.
Something to contain it. Yes.
I mean, if you would like to keep your bag clean, we have a second bag.
That is true.
Which we could use for less savory substances. Like this.
There is also the 13 chests you drag around on your back.
But these are for food, aren't they?
A lot of those are for food.
But all of them? Really? You're really going to tell me that not one of them is just a pretty chest that's empty that you carry around that we could actually use right now?
You got me. Yes.
But we do need... Would you be able to, enchant it to contain it? I don't know. Can we just put it in a box? Is that how it works?
And he says, well, I don't really see any other way that we could do it. Enchantments, I don't even know the nature of this beast well enough to begin thinking of any enchantments that could contain it.
Well, fuck. Moss says.
I'm on team put it in the bag.
So if we have a separate bag, I guess that's fine. I just don't...
Yeah.
I don't want that shit.
This can be the disgusting bag for things we don't want to touch.
That's where we put the gross stuff, and this is where we put the clean stuff.
Yeah. That's
Sounds
the
good.
nice
Sounds
bag,
good.
and this is the get things done bag.
That's fair. Also, I have a bunch of papers that Hadrada just left behind. So if we need to keep inventory now, I guess we can keep track of that much easier.
Fantastic.
I do have quite a bit of shit in here. I've got 30 sticks. It's crazy.
Johnny looks a little bit lost at that for a moment, just kind of daydreaming for a second.
Moss just puts his I think the one he's got right now is purple. Just kind of puts it Mary Poppins style, slides it into the bag, and then reaches in and pulls out a yellow one, bright neon yellow. Pulls that stick out. It's yes, wonderful.
Right.
Open the bag, put in the bottle of flesh, and look to Draco
Right, I'm
like,
actually pretty
so...
glad that I'm not staying here for the night.
Is there any kind of precautions to this? Do we put it in a cage or something? Or do you just
put the
throw it in the bag?
put the phylactery in the bag as well?
Draken says, well, once you take it, it's up to you how you take care of it, so...
It's fair. I just don't want something to I don't, can something just break in? I know a lot about natural magic, but this is much more arcane than what I'm used to.
And he says we could give you the cage, but I mean it's not going to be anchored down, so.
Well, could the cage fit in the box, or in one of Tony's cases?
I think the point is that if they can just pick up the cage, it doesn't really do anything.
Fair.
We'll be back in 2 days then to pick up the orb, and until then, I guess I'll hold on to that.
Yes, but have
Even
you learned
thinking about it is
anything else other than that it's creating a black gooey thing?
And he says, besides that, it's been mostly quiet. And he kind of looks around. That's what you want to call it, at least.
Moss just kind of scratches his head. Well, I guess hopefully something comes in the next couple of days. I'll be honest, I'm kind of stumped here. There's not much else we can do. And looks to the others. I'm out of ideas.
Also,
we could just go with the original plan.
Hurry up and wait.
Yep.
Waiting it is.
All right. In that case, I'm on team. Go back to Durga. Explain story.
Well, I'll stay here and see if I can learn anything with Draken. Just spend the
Okay.
2 days maybe seeing if we can learn anything else.
Hello.
I wave goodbye.
Okay. And Moss was going to stay with Jockin?
Yes.
Okay. Alright, so yeah, go ahead and head to Whispers.
Yes, sir.
Tony, you walk out of the castle and make it back to Durgat's mom's house.
With Thalia?
With Thalia,
Yeah, with me.
I was about to ask a question.
Knock on the door.
I opened the door.
Hello,
Hello.
we have returned to you.
What happened?
Moss is staying at the castle.
Yeah, I know that. I figured that much. Yeah.
The orb made some kind of
Yeah.
alright,
Ugh.
like a
Yes.
It's
I'll just show you.
It's let me.
I can show me.
Yeah.
I
Show
open
him.
the bag and take out what is a glass jar with a fleshy mass in it, covered in blood. And as I do, I go, ah! Right.
Mhm.
Okay,
Well,
I'm not that sensitive towards like blood and flesh
Mhm.
and stuff. What the fuck is that? I'm not grossed out by it. I'm just very confused.
Just kind of congealed on the floor over like a few days, apparently.
Does it smell bad?
That's why there's a cork on the jar.
Does it smell rotten?
It smells like nothing I've smelled before.
Okay, have
And
you
nothing I
considered
want to smell again.
have you considered burning it?
We-
I still
We
have some
tried
acid.
stabbing it, and it's not really alive.
I
It's
mean,
just kind of a
Yeah, I have acid that was strong enough to melt metal. If I pour it on that, it might eat it up.
I think the plan is currently we're gonna watch it for a bit.
Why would you
Um,
do that? Just get rid of it.
I don't know. I am all for if you want to try melt the floor, then go ahead. But I'm
I'm
going
not
anywhere
doing that
near.
inside if it's smelling bad. I'm not
maybe
doing
tomorrow.
it without. I'm not going to try and kill with acid until I have the okay of everyone. I'm just saying if you guys aren't all giving me the okay, and something bad happens with the thing, don't say I didn't warn you.
It's been growing over a few days, just kind of on near the.
Okay, call me crazy, but I feel like a baron might grow out of this.
Yeah, no, I had the same thought.
It's
So
not
is the
pleasant.
is the phylactery this thing, or is it still like the other?
No,
It's
it's
still the orb. It's still
it's
the
still
castle.
in the castle.
Okay, okay.
Maybe we can do some studying on the fleshy mirror tomorrow.
Okay, yeah, I was talking about studying. Why isn't it with Draken? Did he already do
He-
something with it?
He's been looking at it for like 3 days and hasn't found anything other than it's a fleshy mound and it grows.
Okay, and why didn't he try to destroy it?
We tried stabbing it and it didn't really care.
Yeah, stabbing it.
It's not really alive.
Yeah, I know, but like
It's just kind of
stabbing is for killing, not destroying.
I don't know, okay? I'm not
I mean,
Dracula.
they're right. If you can't kill something that's not alive, right?
Sure.
And you
Well,
can't
well, you know
destroy
what? You
something
know
by
what? It's-
stabbing. I mean, I guess you
it's-
can, but it would be very gross and would take a long time.
You know what? It's getting late, right? We'll meet up
Yeah.
with Moss at the castle tomorrow, and you can bring your idea to him.
I will.
So,
Okay,
yeah,
sleep
Don't worry.
time. Sleep time.
Sleep time.
Sleep time.
Okay.
Tony will put the bottle back in the bag.
Wait, how big is this thing, for reference?
The jar is quite big. The fleshy.
You
mound
find
is
quite
reasonably
big,
small.
like-
The jar is
Okay.
like one of those wine carboys.
Wouldn't you say the flesh is like the size of a fist?
That's
No.
really small.
It's about a foot by a foot.
Ooh, that's bigger than I thought. That's scary.
The jar or the thing? Oh, okay.
I thought it was the thing. I was like, okay, what kind of sourdough cool bullshit?
I will put that back in the bag because that is.
Yeah, and you guys fall asleep. go to your rooms in Durgat's mom's house, and yeah, you sleep for the night and get a long rest. The next day comes, and as it does, Thalia, you wake up and start to rise and get ready. And as you wake up, you realize that you are being held in Esia's arms, who has seemed to return throughout the night and is just dead asleep, like arms just holding you.
In Durgat's mom's house?
Does she know where we live?
No, I can't imagine that she knew that. She wrote, yeah, no, she's an assassin. She probably has ways of finding, and knowing, and coming in.
We've never
without-
been to. Wait, we have.
We have.
Still, that's
well,
creepy.
And also, don't forget your little necklace as well.
yeah, I know.
Just how she found you
The
the first
little-
time.
Oh, that's yeah. Talia's not getting up then. Not until someone gets her.
Sonny will get it.
Okay.
She's laying there like really, really happy. She's like,
I can imagine them laying like eyes wide, like, oh my god, oh my god.
just like as if you fell asleep in the arms of your crush. She's like,
You're in a relationship.
Awkward anime romance. Uh-huh.
Okay. Anyway, I get up to it. I make breakfast.
Right.
I'm gonna go downstairs. Actually, we have Eka to make breakfast. What a refreshing
I
feeling.
know, but like, is Eckert up when I get up?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Is Eka up?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
Eckhart's been
nice.
up for hours. He is a very early
Oh.
riser.
Oh,
What a guy. I love Eka. I'm gonna walk downstairs and like go towards the kitchen and be like, oh, I don't have to cook today.
And as you do, coffee is brewing, eggs are frying, bacon is frying, toast is being toasted in the oven.
Does Durgat's mother have an armchair?
Yes.
I'd like to sit back in it. Oh, relax for a morning.
Okay.
Oh,
Hey, Eckert,
Yes, Durgat.
are you getting enough sleep?
Oh yes. I get more than enough.
If you say so. Is my mom out, or is she still here?
She's out for the morning. Yes.
Okay. When's breakfast ready?
Immediately, actually, quite soon.
Ah, nice.
oh, nice.
where's Tola?
Also, when Talia I would probably wake Esia if she's not too tired.
And she
to get up.
slowly stirs, says, "Morning. I
Morning.
found you."
How'd you get in here?
Oh, through the window.
Cool.
You hear a knock at the door.
Cool.
Oh yeah, breakfast is ready.
Yes. We're on our way.
We? We?
Yes, we.
Okay, I'll have Eka whip up some birdseed and go back down. Be like, Eka, Thalia's bird would like some birdseed, I think.
No.
And he says, yes.
Do you have any like just nuts?
I may have to go to the market for that, though, sir.
Oh, don't worry about it. If you don't have any in, I'm sure it's like an issue.
And Talia goes downstairs with Esia.
Okay. As you get up and get ready to go downstairs, she stops you to speak to you and says, What are you doing today?
Well, we're probably gonna go to the castle and do some stuff with some weird fleshy thing we found. You remember that Baron guy that we killed, right? Well, he had this weird orb thing in this dragon, and he's I don't know, while it was in the castle, some weird fleshy thing started to form, and we're gonna go and do some experiments with it. Why?
And she says, "Oh, well, if you're busy, I suppose it could wait, but
No. Why do you ask?
And she says, "Well, I have something that I want to show you."
No, I can make time for you.
You're
Is
sure?
it a gun? Sorry.
I said
And she says, It might take a day or two, though.
That's okay. I'm sure the others will understand if I'm gone for a little bit.
And she gets like a really excited look on her face and says, "Okay, all right, good, let's go."
Do you want to eat first?
And she says, "Yes, of course."
Okay. And she takes her hand and goes downstairs with her.
Okay.
So then he looks at you
Like,
coming
"Good
down the stairs and
morning."
says, "Oh, hey guys." What? Double take.
I slowly pull out my rapier. How did you get in here and how did you know where we live? Or where I live?
When did?
And she
Yeah,
says,
And also when?
and she says, "Oh, I used Talia's necklace there to track her. And to answer your question, I came in through the window."
Okay,
That's
can
a
other
little bit
people
terrifying.
can other people do that too?
Get in through the window? I'm sure.
And
Yes.
no, track Thalia by her necklace.
Okay, Esia is
Window.
such a sassy bastard.
Okay, listen, trust me. I'm pretty sure I'm better at getting through windows than you.
And she
I
says,
got your
"Oh,
own window."
without a doubt. I don't mean to step on any toes."
Okay, but can
No,
other
I would
people track
step on
Thalia
window
with her
ledges.
necklace? Cause like I don't want people knowing where my mom lives.
And she says, "No, it's more of a me thing."
Oh yeah, because your name is engraved in here, isn't it? And she fiddles with the necklace and grabs it and turns like the little
I put my rapier down, by the way.
thing there.
Slowly
and-
putting it back.
Yeah, it's engraved in here.
And she says, "Yes, precisely."
That's great and all, but can you like tell us the next time you break into our place of residence? Because like you're more than welcome, but like a warning would be nice.
And she
Especially when it's at my mom's house.
and she says, "Yes, my apologies. It was so late last night, though. I didn't want to wake any of you."
Right, Eckhart's made eggs, so you'd like some.
Huh, that's
They're quite good.
yeah.
And she says, "Yes, of course." And
Can I ask, is
follows-
Eckhart's eggs improved?
follows Talia's lead. Let's see. Hold on. Says eggs have gotten much better.
Ooh,
Cool.
Good
for him.
These are some really good eggs, I thought. No,
And she says, "Oh, thank you. I've been trying to improve myself."
What have you done with these? Because these are delicious.
And he says, "Oh, well, I just fried them. Nothing too special, just salt and pepper."
Gotta say, your skill proceeds.
I don't know what I
Continue
expected, but
munching
I
down
thought
some
he was
eggs.
about to. He would say like, "Do you know what cocaine is?"
Oh, nothing special. I just, enchanted you to make sure you like my eggs. You like my eggs. Yes, you like my eggs.
Eckhart casts suggestion. "You love my eggs, don't you?"
Eckert casts gun. You better like my fucking eggs.
I will
Eckert is
eat
secretly
his
Godfather.
eggs
Sorry.
gratefully.
All of you eat your breakfast and get ready for your day. Are you going to meet Moss at the castle?
Yes.
Oh, right. Before they go, Talia is like, "So, guys, is it okay if I'm gonna? Esia wants to show me something, and I would like to go with her. Is that okay?"
You can have a day out. Yes.
Yay!
Just a day.
Maybe two.
What the fuck are you doing for 2 days? It's cold. We're in Wintervale. You can't go out camping without getting hypothermia. Do I know what hypothermia is?
I'll tell you guys
Roll a
about
medicine
it when I
check.
get back.
Shit.
I'm
Okay.
gonna open Talia's pocket and drop Sam in it and be like, if you're ever attacked by anything terrifying, scream at it.
Medicine.
What
the fuck's
what
medicine
form
there?
is salmon?
I know what hypothermia is probably.
Yep. I would say that you do. And you know it's bad.
What form is salmon right now? Blue.
He's a weasel, because if I stuffed a hawk in your pocket, that'd be terrifying.
Be a little awkward.
Yes. So yeah. Cool.
I like to imagine that like when if something bad does happen, that Pixel's gonna be all like, "Sam."
No, if something bad happens, then Talia's just gonna get out the weasel shake and be like, "Tony!"
Yeah.
like a walkie-talkie.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll give you Sam for safekeep.
Okay. Thank you.
And for you, if you guys go out, I'm gonna get probably some old stuff like old extra thick gloves for Wintervale winters, and just 2 extra scarves for both of them.
Oh, thank you.
And just put the scarf like around town. It's like, stay safe, stay warm. If it gets too cold, try to find some shelter.
And
Thank
as
you.
they get ready to go, Esia turns to Tony and Durgat and says, "By the way, I brought a new friend with me. They're staying at the tavern. If you wouldn't mind going and letting them know that I'll be gone for a couple of days, and we can get back to our business afterwards, I would really appreciate it."
The
What
good
friend?
tavern or the bad tavern?
And she says, "Well, she didn't specify, but I assume it's probably the terrible tavern."
Terrible tavern. Okay, we're familiar.
Okay, what friend? Bit more details. Name.
Her name is Jamila.
Okay,
Fantastic.
colleague of yours or just normal friend?
A little bit of both. She is a kobold, so she'll stick out.
Okay.
In that case,
It better not be more than 2 days, and Thalia will come back. Otherwise, I will get you, just for reference.
And she says, "Oh, I have no doubt you will. Don't worry, she'll be fine."
Good. And stay warm.
Yes, we will. Thank you.
See you in a bit.
Yeah, bye.
You and Esia head off.
Should I go into whispers?
Yeah. Are you guys going to meet Moss at the castle?
Yeah, it probably has high priority.
Okay. So yeah, I'll tell Moss to...
is the terrible tavern on the way?
Not really. It's kind of more towards the docks.
Nah, we'll get Moss and then we'll go.
It's more north, and like the castle is more east.
Cool. In that case, we'll go get Moss first.
So yeah, you guys make your way back to the castle.
I'm at the castle.
Yeah,
We
they
are
are.
at the
So are we.
Yeah, they go to the castle to meet you. So they come in through the front door, or you come in through the front door, Tony and Durgat.
How much time has passed?
Since you've been at the castle,
Yes.
the whole night.
So that was a long rest.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. New spells.
And a little bit the next morning.
Yes.
Yeah,
So Moss will just be in his room, meditate, probably in whatever room is closest to the tower.
Okay. Yeah, so I would say you'd have to go down one level because the room for the tower is a singular sort of space. So going
That's it,
down, there
okay.
is like hallways with rooms and stuff.
Perfect. He'd probably be in the middle of his commune with nature for the morning,
Okay.
looking for powerful celestial, fey, fiends, elementals, undead, influence from other planes of existence, or prevalent plants, minerals, animals, or peoples.
We've eaten breakfast, so would you say you'd probably be finished?
No, he would have been taking his time if he had the night and he's staying in the castle. He would be enjoying the room. He loves being indoors. He fucking hates camping. God, he hates camping.
He's from the Feywild!
little odd for a nature-loving
that's why
druid.
he loves beds. He slept on trees for a fucking century.
You're like the druid
Yeah.
that hates nature.
Absolutely. No, he wants to be inside taken care of.
Oh god, worst build ever. A druid with allergies against pollen. Shit.
Good thing Moss doesn't have a nose.
In that
But yeah,
case,
so he's just in his room. Door's open.
I'll go ahead and ask the guard, what room is the giant metal robot staying in?
And the guard says, last I saw, he was in the tower with Draken.
Fantastic, and I will head that way.
Okay.
Same.
Okay. And yeah, you begin heading up the stairs and make your way up until you get to the very top part of the castle where the tower is, and go into the room. And Draken is there, but he's like sleeping in a chair, like snoring away, and no Moss to be found.
Well,
I
this
like
is incredibly
step in
unhelpful.
like hella.
And he just kind of
I like slowly step back out of the room and close the door.
Same.
Okay.
Do we
and
need to
then
roll
go
dexterity
find-
saving throws to not wake him up?
Roll stealth.
Uh-oh. I should
Wait
fuck up.
until you said it.
Yep. Yeah, architects of your own demise.
That is a 2.
Did we have homework today, teacher?
God damn it.
So yeah, Durgat silently goes out of the room, and then Tony starts to back up and is quiet,
Boing.
backing out, and then closes the door, and then boom, slams it shut on accident.
There was a draft, I swear.
And you hear like a, huh,
Hello? I'm gonna pretend I
Who's
knocked
there?
on the door. Hi, it's Tony.
and then you just
Can I
hear,
hear them?
and you just hear, oh hey,
Can I hear them through the wall since I'm awake?
roll a perception.
Passive 22. Where's my thing?
So with passive, it's different than rolling perception. Passive is when you're trying to detect things like stealth monsters and things of that nature.
Gotcha.
When you're actively looking, it's always going to be a roll.
Gotcha.
21. Yeah, you hear them.
Boom. So hearing them, Moss will walk out of the door. It's like, oh, good morning, y'all.
Oh,
Y'all.
good
He does
morning.
not say y'all.
Hello.
Make that very clear.
Where the fuck did you come? Oh, there's a door.
We
Yes,
were
there's a door.
just
I was resting.
we were just heading into Draken's room. Can we come
Of
in?
course. Yes, it's open. Moss will open the door and walk into the lab.
Yeah, but it's do we
Okay, so
catch
I've been in-
Draken, like
I've been informed you guys tried to destroy a blob, flesh blob thingy by stabbing it.
Well, the stab wasn't to destroy. It was to see how it would react to being hurt. And then
Did it react?
no.
Okay, do we want to destroy it?
I mean, that's the thought, but I can't even target it with my magic.
I have some of the acid. Tony used to have a shield. The acid came and it is gone. I'm pretty sure that might be strong enough to do some damage. Should I
I
test
mean-
it?
I mean, it's in a jar. Might as well.
I don't think we should put it in the jar. It melted a shield. I don't think it'll have that problem with glass.
That's not how glass works, Tony.
It was very strong acid, is what I'm saying.
I know, but I'm keeping the acid in the glass jars
Oh
thingy.
well, that's fine then.
Yeah, that's how acid works.
Yeah.
It's all nature.
I will. If I take out the blob, has it grown?
Roll perception.
I also look and see if it has grown.
Yeah.
Oh.
Um,
Oh,
very
better than me.
astute.
Okay.
Oh.
So it hasn't grown per se, but you do see developing now are long tendrils of what look like veins
What?
that are wrapped around like the fleshy mass now, like kind of in the jar, and it's all like squished together.
Here it is. I'll put it on the table. I step to the other side of the room.
I think letting that thing out would be a bad idea.
Okay, so can we unscrew the cork real quick and pour the acid in it?
I mean, sure. And Moss will just like kind of reach up and like pull the thing out.
I pour the acid in.
Tony gags a little at the
Wait,
smell
is
of
there
it.
like a fuck? I need to Google the word.
Funnel.
Maybe. Yes, funnel. Is there a funnel in the room that I can use so the acid doesn't spill over?
No.
Fuck.
So roll a dex check.
Shit.
Try to pour
My
this
guidance. Can I
acid
give
into
Durga
this.
guidance?
Sure.
Add a D4.
Dexterity. Oh fuck! I shouldn't have opened my mouth.
13.
13. Okay. So you start to pour some of this acid into the jar, and some like dribbles down the sides of the larger jar and begin to roll down the sides of it. But for the most part, most of it gets inside, and as you do, it touches the fleshy mass, and you begin to hear
I'm gonna put the top right back on it.
and like white fumes begin to like come off it, and you see that it is beginning to like burn it and melt it and liquefy and gooify it. And the whole time, the empty space within the jar is being filled with this white smoke gas.
Ugh.
It's hard to say
We
what it
can't-
is. Steam,
We
even
can't keep it
perhaps.
plugged or it will explode.
Well, we definitely should not let it out in here.
Tony will.
Is there a balcony?
From the other side of the room, you hear Tony like shout over, "It's making sound!"
And it literally sounds like when you crack an egg on a hot griddle.
Well, how about you just like put it in the bag, and while it's in the bag in the other place, wherever it goes, you take the lid off. I mean, it's the gross bag for a reason, right?
Okay.
And at this point, the entire open cavity is filled with this steam, and it's hard to see like what is on the inside, but it's pink, fleshy, and oozing around as you move the jar now.
Has it stopped dissolving?
Mm-hmm.
Is it like, oh, in that case it won't explode? Fine.
From what you can tell, yeah.
Into the bag
How
it
much?
goes.
How much? Can I see how much of it is salt and how much of it is just liquid?
Give it a little shake, maybe.
Roll another
Is there any
perception.
bone?
Can I help?
How?
By also looking on my own.
Yeah, I mean, you can roll one too.
Yes, please.
18. Aye.
20. God, low rolls. Sorry, guys, I'm slacking today.
Okay.
I was on slacking the dex, so.
It's the highest I can roll. Best.
So most of it seems to be liquefied, almost like a blood milkshake. But there are hunks of meat and flesh still kind of floating around still.
Like, I do need to make it to the end of the session.
Okay, phase 2. We can get a fire ready and pour the bitch in that fucking fire.
Well, I think at the very least we've slowed them down. Let's see what happens after a day.
No,
And-
destroy it immediately, like as fast as we can. Why would you
What if
rewatch?
you let it out and then it's fucking out and it's everywhere? It's still contained in that. If there's more risk, Moss just rubs his head. I don't just.
In that case, we can set some alcohol on fire and pour it in there. Similar reaction to acid, except it's hot.
I mean, I'd be fine with that.
Flaming alcohol inside glass. Just...
I know. I'm
what
wisdom 8, intelligence 12.
What are numbers? I don't understand these numbers. Used. Now Moss will then like make fire.
It looks
in his
pretty
hand.
destroyed to me.
Yeah, it's like I think if we need to, we could just try to burn it, but I think we're good with where it's at.
It looks
Put the
pretty
fire out.
destroyed to me. It's
Uh,
definitely less.
Let's keep an eye on it, and Moss will like hand the jar back after inspecting it.
Tony will like open the bag as far away from himself as possible. And, like
And
gesture.
Moss will like drop it in slowly.
Thank you.
Okay.
Closes the book.
Okay.
Just make sure you check on that every now and then, okay?
I will.
I can do it for you. Like, I don't mind this.
Thank you.
There we go.
Also, it's very nice that I used the acid on the thing because I actually picked it up so I could use it on the Baron, and now I did. That's very nice.
Well,
I love when a plan works out.
Check that one off the bucket list.
Yeah, I just removed from my inventory. I've had that bitch for like half a year.
Moss just kind of like stands up, corrects his posture after getting through the tense moment, and is just kind of like, well, I am going to go see if I can speak to this enchanter, maybe offer some of my own time and speed this up or something. I'm getting a bit antsy. I want to get on the road.
We do have a stop to make.
Oh
Is that
yeah.
right?
Yes. Talia's buddy has popped back in town and broke into our house.
My house.
Well,
My mom's
the
house.
house we were staying in.
Yes, Durgat's mom's house.
Which was a little bit terrifying, but they meant well.
That's creepy.
Yeah, a little
Oh
bit.
no, I checked the situation. It's okay.
It ended up being fine, but we were all a bit terrified. And Thalia has gone out on a day trip with them.
Or maybe
F-
do a 2-day trip.
Yeah, I've given them Sam to call on us if they have any
Ah, wonderful.
I've given
terrifying
them extra.
moments.
I've given them extra thick winter clothing so they don't get hypothermia up there because it is cold, very
But
cold.
they did ask for us to stop by at the Terrible Tavern. As they have some kind of acquaintance there, we have to inform them they're leaving. Just a
Fair.
quick in and out.
Yeah,
Well,
the
as I
acquaintance, the
said-
kobold, I think. Was it kobold? Was it goblin? I'm not sure. Goblin?
Take
Does Tony even know what a cub? Does Tony even know what a cub?
Roll a history.
Have I heard of a kobold?
You're from Vudar. That's like I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
Mike said that's where kobolds are from.
Yeah, but like,
Dragonborn, but there are kobolds in Vudar. A healthy
Oh, well.
population.
if there's a healthy population of kobolds in Vudar, do I have to roll history for that?
Yep. No idea. What's a kobold?
Fantastic.
No, we'll say that you've heard of them, but
Mhm.
totally slipped your
Um,
mind that there
yeah.
are some in Vudar. So
Cool.
And I
I
think
haven't like
the,
seen one before.
and I think the name was Jamila. Was it?
Well, you said
They-
we'll be introduced. I'm sure we'll cross that bridge.
I
when we
mean,
get
not
to it.
introduced. This person does not know we exist. We're just supposed to go there and tell them about Esia's not being there.
And introduce ourselves. Yes. That's usually how you start a conversation like that.
So, will we make it a stop on the way?
But yes, I need to check in on my bow, see how much progress has been made.
Fantastic. In that case, off for you.
Indeed.
I'll bid Draken farewell.
okay. So yeah, you leave the castle and begin heading to the Mystic Fire or the tavern first.
Mystic
closer.
Fire.
Okay.
Moss doesn't care. Mystic Fire.
Okay. So yeah, you start heading to the Mystic Fire, and I assume Tony and Durgat are following you.
Yeah.
Okay. And get there and go in, and still no
Hey.
Edamir.
Big door swing open. Hello, my. Oh, that's right. Hello, friend.
He says, "Ah, yes, hello, hello."
I understand that there's still another day, but I was curious if progress has been made.
And he says, "Oh yes, yes, I'm slowly working on it. I have some other orders to take care of as well, but yeah, so far it's on schedule."
On schedule, of course, of course. I like sits there and stares at his hand and like trills his fingers on the table for a moment. But what if we could move it to the top of your list? How much would that what you need?
And he says, "Oh, sir, that would be quite unfair to the other customers who were here before you. I couldn't do that."
Well, I think all's fair in love and coin, my friend.
"That is true, but I pride myself on being a legitimate businessman. Thank you."
Legitimate is perfectly fine, sir. I'm asking for a rush order of one of your services. He like reaches over and pats his slightly less hefty, but still quite hefty for coin purse. He's got a bit of a spending spree.
Roll persuasion.
Oh,
Okay.
kid still got it.
And he says, all right. Tell you what, you give me another 500 gold and I'll put it to the top of the list."
500 gold. My good sir, you have a deal. And he hands him, I believe that's 50 platinum.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, down to 40. Christ. What am I gonna do?
Tony
Yeah.
stares like, oh.
Yes, thank you, sir. When can I expect that completion?
And he says, well, by end of day.
Perfect. Thank you, my good sir.
And he says,
be-
no problem.
I will return. And he big flourish as he walks out of the door.
Okay. Tony, you got anything you want to do here?
Of course I don't. Why are we even here?
This is bullshit.
Is there any magic shit in the store that kind of looks interesting, like that I get the vibe from that
Yeah.
might be useful?
I mean, there's some stuff, yeah. Useful couldn't really
In
tell
that
you.
case, Tony's hubris will give in and he will peruse.
Okay. And
Are there any things that are standing out? Just
Yeah, there are a lot of weapons.
what
Tony
kind
would like
of
to
weapon?
read.
You see a couple hand axes. You see a dagger. You see a crossbow, and the rest are mostly like battle axes and long swords.
Is there a hand crossbow?
Yes.
Okay, I take the hand crossbow and the dagger, and because it's a dagger, I can't resist that shit. So I need a new dagger in my collection.
I will look at whatever is left.
And
Because it's
go up to the
magic and
counter
I
and
can't
say,
resist.
what do these do?
And
Aside from hurting things.
and he looks at the hand crossbow and tells you once per day, if you score a critical hit with this, you regain 1d4 hit points.
Interesting.
Okay, what does the dagger do?
And he says, on your first successful attack with the dagger, the enemy has to make a DC 18 con saving throw. And if they fail it, they take a d6 of psychic damage.
Yeah, I'm gonna take that. That is pretty damn...
Okay.
Cool.
And that's just once per day, or like on the first attack ever. The first hit that lands, that happens.
Once per day, yeah.
That's
Once
sick.
per day on the first successful attack.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm gonna take that. Like, how much?
And he says it's 500 gold.
Okay.
I will bring hand axes to the table, like holding them in my arms like a kid who's found like loads of sweets in the sweet aisles. Come over the counter like these, and lay them down. They're like, hey, how much are these? And what do they do?
And he says, these are 600 gold. And when you hit with an attack using these, the target takes an extra d4 of cold damage.
Ooh.
And while they're wielded and you're holding them, you have resistance to ice damage.
Ooh. Interesting. These will need pondering for a moment.
Moss is doing the cool kid lean where there's one leg sitting up higher on the wall.
An extra D4. For 600 gold, I'll take them. As additional things to throw.
And he says, wonderful, wonderful. Yeah, here you go. And hands them over to you and hold his hand out for the gold.
608.
And he says,
I'll
thank
say,
you.
An employee of Euromere is a friend of mine.
And he says, excellent, excellent. Well, come back anytime.
I will, frequently. Thank you.
And I take it you guys leave the store?
Leave the store, axes in tow.
Okay. You leave the Mystic Fire and begin heading towards the tavern?
I
The Terrible
guess,
Tavern,
yeah.
yes.
Here.
Okay. So yeah, you begin heading over to the Terrible Tavern near the docks. And you walk in and begin looking around. It's relatively busy. It seems like a few new ships came in. And there's a lot of sailors who are currently drinking and staying at this tavern.
Do I see anyone that looks like a race I've never heard of? I assume I've never met a kobold.
Roll perception.
20.
20, okay. Looking around, yeah, there's a couple races that you've never really seen before.
Yeah.
Do any of them
There
look like
are-
short Dragon Ball?
Yeah, there's a few like little lizard-looking people in there. A couple feline-looking humanoids.
I describe all of these people to Tony.
I'm gonna lean over to Moss and like subtly point at one of the little Dragonborns and be like, I think those are the kobolds.
You see like a larger figure in the corner of the room. He seems to be some kind of humanoid turtle with a large
Ooh.
shell on his back and an eye patch.
Oh yeah. I'm also just give him a firm nod and approach one of the tiny dragonborn people.
I slowly pull up my mask.
Okay. Roll investigation.
12.
12. Okay. Yeah. So you look around and see some of the smaller kobolds and approach them. The one that you're speaking to seems to be a female.
Hello, madam. I'm not quite sure if you're who we're looking for, but we were told to meet someone here by a dear friend of ours.
Can I ask your name? I lean over Moss's shoulder.
And she says, me. My name is Luis.
Ah, Luis, beautiful to meet you, madam.
Who is it that you're looking for exactly?
One and turns to Tony and Durgat. What's the name again?
Turns to Durgat.
Jamila, I think.
Jamila. Moss does all of this.
And she says, yes, I think Jamila's in the back.
On the back.
Jamila.
And she says, let me take you back, and we'll knock on the door and see if she's wanting to speak to anyone.
Of course. Either way.
And Corin, you hear a knock on the door.
So you hear from the other side of the door, 1 second.
And Luis looks at all of you and says, yes, momentarily, I will leave you to it then. And
Of course, thank you, Luis.
walks back out to
Being good help.
the main tavern area.
So the door swings open, and you don't see anyone at first, but then you hear a thump, and then someone walks around from the door, and you see a 2-foot-tall kobold female wearing almost like a belly dancer uniform.
What? Hello there.
Like a
Little
genie.
Yeah, like a genie.
Racist.
Oh,
Jamila, how do you pronounce it?
hello.
Jamila.
Jamila,
Jamila.
like that?
Yeah.
We're,
Draconic.
sup- we're
Beautiful.
supposed to tell you from Esia that she'll be out of town for like 1 or 2 days.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Thank you. I was unaware of this until now.
Yes, that's
yeah,
why
that's
we've
why
told
she's-
you. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why she sent us.
Fair enough.
Yeah, that would be it.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, okay.
So, you know Esia?
Yeah. We were colleagues, per se.
Ah.
When
You're
you
one
say
of- and then
colleagues, do you
the
mean...
eyes narrow.
Were you trying to kill us?
I don't even know who you are, to be frank.
Okay, we're safe. We're safe.
Vibe
We're good.
check. Full vibe check.
Okay. Roll insight.
Do they know anything about us? Or is that bullshit?
They don't seem to know anything about you.
Hmm.
Or actually, how big was that bounty on the party? And would like
A
someone
lot. It was
who-
like 50,000 gold, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
50,000.
Yeah.
I remember it. 50,000 gold. Yes.
50k. It's written down.
And she says, "Actually, you do look familiar."
Well, I don't, but
Or well, she like points to Tony and Durgat and says, don't know where I've seen you before.
Never forget a face like this," Tony says, wearing a helmet.
I slowly
she
turn my head to Tony.
Moss shakes his head. You're a bad liar.
I chuckle. And
Cute, though. Very cute. And Moss will crouch down, get closer to your eye level.
And Jamila will back up slightly, seeing this like large metal man.
Yeah.
Like Jamila's probably never seen like a Warforged before, so she just sort of backs up. and-
He's a fucking giant.
Yeah, especially compared to her, because she's like 2,
Yeah.
3.
So he goes all the way down to his knees. He's just kind of looking at you like, well, At the very least, if you're in that line of work, you seem quite talented. What's your expertise? He like looks up and down. I don't see any weapons on you. In fact, you're quite bare.
She laughs and says, "I'm not wearing my weapons right now.
You don't keep
And
your
either
weapons
way,
on
I don't
you.
need my weapons."
Oh, feisty. I like that.
And she says, "Why do you ask?"
I'm just curious. Not for nothing. We are friends of Esia's. We know her line of work, and you've said your colleagues.
Ah, yes.
Not for nothing. I've been around the block once or twice
Yeah.
and put two and two together.
I'm actually working as a entertainer for the tavern here.
Is that right?
Oh.
Yeah.
Ever
Thalia
heard
would
of
love to
Jamila
meet you.
before?
Roll a history check.
That's probably a no, but I'll try anyway.
Either way, you wouldn't know Jamila because they would have just gotten here, like, after you guys
Okay.
returned from Vidar.
Yeah, so no. Yeah.
Hey Jamila, for reference, what are your pronouns?
She, her.
Got it.
Of course, it's a young lady.
People
Tony
assume
will
lots of
say.
things about me.
That's true.
Did you just unassume their gender?
You do also wear a fucking mask, to be fair.
I know, but I don't always wear it.
But
And
when I
only
do,
around everyone else, other than us.
But,
But, let's turn to Tony. Tony.
Well, they're gonna be out of town for a little while. They told us to come and give you that message, but we'll update you if anything new happens. They said maybe a day or two.
And she says, "Okay. Oh, by the way, I just actually got here from Stone Grove. I was wondering, you guys seem like the adventuring type, don't you?" And
She
Eh.
smiles and says, "You recognize?"
and
Moss just kind
she
of
also
looks at
says,
himself.
"Who do you know the Heroes of Wintervale?"
No.
I mean, you're
Oh,
speaking to
okay.
two of them.
there you go. Roll a deception check. You
I
liar.
will.
You liar, you.
I take my helmet off, put it under my arm, and do like a statue-like stance.
Moss like fluffs the moss on the top of his head.
Say, well, it's funny you should say that.
Moss
I
will
didn't
then,
know you. I didn't know you two were heroes. What did I miss?
also do a little flourish and the fucking words all over it. The Addy, the small Addy, the Fey Addy. There it is. The little pseudo dragon will perch up on climb up from out of my armor and then climb up onto my shoulder. It's like, yes, our little friend here. We've been around the block once or twice.
Ah, okay.
I don't know why I keep talking about these blocks. I've just been around a bunch of them, I guess.
And she
Played lots of
says,
Minecraft. Sorry.
"Oh, really? That's very interesting.
Why do you ask?
Oh, because when I left Wintervale the first time, it was because apparently there was some sort of attack going on, and when I returned from Stone Grove, I kept hearing about these Heroes of Wintervale, and I haven't seen very many adventurer-like faces aside from here in the tavern, and none of them really looked quite like you."
Well, yeah, you not for nothing. You are kind of the worst establishment in town. Might see more of the heroic types over there, but as far as the most heroic types, indeed, you seem to have two in front of you, and then of course our friend here, who's just just a happy citizen who follows us around, I guess, and Moss will pat Durgan on the back.
I mean, yeah, we're kind of friends.
The hype person.
The hype person.
Yeah, we're
And
friends. I'm not really a fighting type.
Jamila will say, well, I'm sure you're very busy, but if you wouldn't mind, do you mind having a drink with me?"
And as a matter of fact, we have nothing to do for a day. Well, at
Hey,
least
hold
the rest of 2 day, at the very least.
Can we go somewhere else for that though? Like a better place? You know, the other
let's,
tavern.
Let's go to the nice establishment.
Not gonna
Get some
lie,
good booze.
we've had some bad experiences here.
And
Do
she
we?
says, "Oh, okay. I don't really have enough money for the nice establishment, but
No worries. I'm sure we'll be able to spare something up. And Moss will like pat you on the back. And not for nothing. I don't think it'll take you much.
Oh, what do you drink?
Yeah, what's your
I
poison?
am a First off, I'm a 6-year-old. But then again, that is adult. Or no, I'm not a 6-year-old. I'm a 4-year-old, I think. One sec, let me check. No, 7. I'm 7 years old. Okay. So I'm
Okay,
just above
yeah.
adulthood.
You're middle-aged.
No, I'm just above adulthood. Because what's it called?
Middle-aged kobolds are
I
just
don't know.
above adulthood.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, fair enough. I'm 6. Let's say I'm 6.
No,
Okay,
that's really young.
But she says, I prefer a fine wine or something.
Ah, my kind of girl. And Moss will stand and pat you on the back. It's like, well, if you'll follow us, I'll treat you to something nice.
I'm sorry,
Awesome.
you will stand and pat them on the back?
Yeah, stand and then like lean back down and pat.
um,
And
Anyway.
because of this, like she'll actually like almost fall over from it because you know.
As you
your
go
hand
to
is big and made of
stumble,
metal.
as you stumble, he'll just pick you up and put you on his shoulder.
I'm gonna be real with you, I'm pretty sure Jamila can defeat Moss in arm wrestling.
More than likely, but not right now.
Yeah.
Fair.
My little friend. This Moss has a little dragons. 2 dragons sitting on his shoulders.
Are we going to the Tasty Tavern then?
Indeed we are.
Okay.
Fantastic. We'll go to the Tasty Tavern for a drink.
Okay. So yeah, you head out of the Terrible Tavern and begin heading to the Tasty Tavern, the Tap and Barrel. And
Hey, about the turtle guy. Do I know him? The guy with the
uh,
eye patch.
roll a history check.
Fuck.
It's old man
Nope.
Jenkins.
Never seen him.
Okay,
but
still make
what's
sure that he
cool,
doesn't
though?
see my face considering the eye patch.
But yeah, you guys begin walking through town to get to the Tap and Barrel, and I'll hop over to Pixel.
Hi, Mike.
Hello. So
How are you doing?
good. How about you?
I'm excited. What do you have planned?
Well, first we need appropriate music.
Oh god. Oh god.
And I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
What do your boss music?
um,
There's an unusual amount of supplies here.
I guarantee you the other chat just popped as soon as that music started, like playing. They're like, "What the fuck?" Okay, yeah, we're good now. Okay.
Okay, good.
So you begin walking away with Esia, and she stops at the stables, and there are 2 horses already bought and paid for, stabled there. And she gets onto one and motions for you to get on the other.
I get on the other.
And she begins riding from Wintervale, going directly west, like a southwest-ish sort of motion, sort of to where like the gap to Blackfield is, like that area. And she begins riding, and you match pace with her, and she looks at you and says, "I can't tell you how excited I am about this."
You seem very excited. You're so adorable when you're excited.
And she says, thank you. So are you. And you guys spur on, and you come to the base of the mountains. If you were looking at the map, and here, in fact, I'll show you. Let me take you there.
Yeah. Yay.
So you ride to the base of the mountains. Yes. And if you were on the map, you would be roughly about here. Sort of by where the Lost Peaks are. and she begins riding up a path to the mountains, going north this way towards Limerth.
Mm-hmm.
And she rides through the crags and the pathways, and you follow, and you're surrounded by stone on each side. And she rides a little bit higher up and then takes like a smaller path shooting off to the left and then goes up that way. And you come to almost like a landing area on the mountain with a cave that's going down deep inside of it.
Ooh. Spooky.
And she looks around and says, "Before I take you here, you have to promise, one, you can't tell your friends about this place. I like them, but this is part of my profession. I can't have them hitting me up for things dealing with this. This is totally off limits."
Yeah, of course. I can keep my mouth shut, and she like does this motion as if she's like zipping her mouth shut and then doing a little motion as if she's locking it and throwing the key away.
And she says, and second, I looked into your guys' bounty. That was where I went to. The bounty is null. With the person who put it out dead, there's nobody to pay off whoever collects it, so it is null and void at this point. However, coming in, some of the people may recognize you, but you're not in danger. The bounty is no longer active. So if somebody recognizes you and, you know, starts to talk to you or try to cause any problems, just don't say anything and let me handle it, okay?
Okay.
And she says, "All right then, here we go." And she holds your hand and begins walking into the cave. And it begins winding, going down deeper. And you come out into a larger opening, like a chamber. And inside there is almost like a shanty town set up. There are wooden houses like built in this cave, tables around, people just living here. And at the far side of the room, you see almost like a stone archway with what looks like some kind of circular rune drawn on the ground with chalk. And she holds your hand, and you guys begin to walk through the cavern. And you see all the people. They don't seem impoverished, but they seem to lead a very simple sort of life. They don't have a lot of valuables or shiny expensive things, but they seem content. And you begin walking through, and you see what looks like a building that could be like a small tavern area, and there's a balcony out front of it, like almost like a wooden patio, and there are a number of dark elves also sitting there, and they have heavy armor on, and one of them has the Hydra's head symbol emblazoned on the left breast piece. And as you walk by, he does kind of like catch a look at you and just kind of watch you as you go by, not like angry or threatening, but just more curious, seeing you walk through this place. And he notices Esia next to you and just kind of forgets about it and continues talking with his friends. And you keep walking, and you get to where the stone archway is, and there's like a older gnomish man there, and he has a very scraggly white beard, and he's dressed in a robe. And she walks up and says, "Master Samson, this is my girlfriend that I told you about." And he says, yes, the one from the bounty, right?" And Esia looks at you and at him and says, "Yes, but the bounty is no longer valid. It's inactive." He says, yes, I know, but you still might get some odd looks from some of the other fellows in here. Just concerned for your safety, Esia, that's all." And she says, "Oh, well, I do appreciate it. So today is the day. Master Samson. I'm ready to show her. And he says, ah, okay, lovely, lovely. And looks at you and like kind of takes your hand and says, have fun. And like kind of pats the top of it.
Thank you. Thank you.
And
sure, we will.
Esia stands in the circle ruin and holds her hand out to you to join her.
Yeah, she takes her hand and goes with her.
Okay. Yeah, and both of you stand in the circle, and the gnomish man stands off to the side of it, and he's holding like a wooden staff, and just says, Manara, and taps the staff, and the circle lights up underneath of the two of you, and you enter almost like a vortex, and you just go through, and you're just teleported off somewhere.
Oh, wow.
And it's very colorful, it's very staticky, there's energy crackling all around you, and it seems like you're going extremely fast, and you're just going through this colorful wormhole. And you pop out on the other side, and you're within another cavern, similar to the last one, minus all of the houses and buildings. This is just more of a simple cave. And you come through, and you kind of have to catch yourself, as you come through, because you're going so fast, and then you stop. And both of you guys roll a dexterity check. I'll roll one for her. Okay.
24.
She rolled a 18. So both of you like come out of this wormhole and catch yourself, and there's like a cloud of dust at your feet as you catch yourself. And she says, "Whew, you never get used to it." Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm. Where are we?
And she says, "Oh, here, I'll show you." And she begins leading you like up the pathway and out of the cavern, and you come out and you look around, and where you're at seems very, very familiar. There are tall pine trees, granite peaks in the distance, very picturesque. You look around and you realize that you are in Esdale.
We're home.
And she says, nearly. Follow me.
Okay.
And takes your hand and begins leading you up like a dirt path that leads from the cave. And it's going, it seems like to the west, maybe southwest from where you came out at. And you guys are just strolling through the forest. There are, old kind of rotted stumps that have very colorful mushrooms, large in size, growing up out of them. Fern bushes with colorful flowers growing out of the tops of it. And it feels very good to be home. And she says, "So, have you ever thought about the future, Thalia?"
A lot. Yeah.
Me too. Me too.
My mind was always. Well, I was looking for you these past 9 years, almost 10, I think.
And she
I
says,
always just.
and yet here we are. Your searching paid off.
It did, didn't it? I always wondered what I would do once I found you, because sailing was really fun, and traveling with the others. And she like kind of gestures behind her, but then realizes they're not. That's probably not the direction they're in, and then just her gesturing like
generally
like just,
where you think they might be.
Yeah, in that direction.
Mm-hmm.
Traveling with the others is very fun, and I've learned so many things. But eventually, I think, I don't know, once the world is safe, I guess, I'd want to, I don't know, settle down somewhere. I've always, maybe get a ship of my own, maybe start sailing by myself, or just settle down somewhere. Not here, I think. If Estelle has become, I love Estelle, it's my home, it's our home and all, but it's become very apart from me, I think, with everything that happened here with my family, with your family, with you know, stuff. But, you know, settling down, yeah, eventually. That would be great.
And she says, if that's the case, then perhaps I shouldn't show you this. It might be useless too.
No, I want to see. You brought me all this way. Maybe I'll change my mind. Maybe it's just our hometown that's so... Because this feels nice, and she, like, gestures around, you know, the area. This is nice, but I suppose it's just the big old home city that feels so strange, you know? Never liked the big city much. I was always more of a nature type, you know?
And she says, okay, well, if you're sure, if you still want to. And she guides you through the woods, and in front of you in the distance you can see a very large mountain chain and a very large singular peak. And you come through the woods and you come to the edge of a very large lake, and there's reeds growing out of it, there's ducks on the surface, movement on the water from fish that have begun to move around. And she goes that way and takes a left from there and leads you kind of close to where the foot of the mountain is. So it's between like the foot of the mountain and where the lake is. And you come in and you see like a bricked off property that has like wrought iron fencing that comes out of the top of the brick. And within that, there's a very large like cottage, sort of a chateau looking house. And it seems a little worse for wear. Like, it's not like in mint condition. It seems like it needs a little bit of work, but nonetheless it is very nice looking in its current state. And it's very light colors. It's like very light wood on the outside, and fits in with the surrounding very, very nicely. There's green trim on some of it, and it looks very cozy and naturey. And she says, I don't want to do what I've been doing forever. You know, I wanted to find you as well. And once I did, I wanted to leave this life behind. Doing this was a way to kill time without you being there. And I promised myself that as soon as I found you, I'd be done with it. Every job I've done in the past, I've put a little bit away to eventually pay for this place and make it mine, make it ours. I'm not asking you to leave your life behind right now. I certainly still have some things that I need to do, and even though I promised myself to leave the life behind, I'm not in a position to actually leave it just yet. So, I say we live our life and do what we need to do, and once we're done, we'll have this place all to ourselves.
Well, while she's talking, Thalia's just like, just nodding and has her mouth covered with her hands. It's just like, oh, you're the light and love of my life. Oh, I love this. You saved up for this, and she like does this gesturing again, like towards the cottage, the house, and it's just like, it surely needs some repairing, but that's wonderful that we can do that together. And
she says that's exactly what I thought too. It would be something we could do together, and build this into the place that we want it to be.
Yeah. Oh, this is wonderful.
And she says, but, this will be for the future. For now, let's
Future.
just keep doing what we feel that we need to and live out our lives. And we'll have this to come home to when we're all done.
Yeah.
And she says, do you want to go inside?
Yeah, absolutely. I want to. Oh, this is wonderful.
And she pulls out a key and opens the lock on the gate. And you go inside, and she finds another key on the same key ring and opens up the front door. And she says, I've been holding on to these until I could show you this. I put a down payment down just a little bit, but I just wanted to be able to show you something. And she goes inside. And you go in, and it's dark inside. There's no candles or anything. There's some light coming from the windows, but there's
Okay.
What's that?
I get out. One moment. You said it's a little dark, and I get out my my lyre and I hit it with light.
Oh, okay.
So we have some light.
Cool, yeah. And it illuminates, and there seems to be furniture that's in there that's been covered with drop cloths. Very nice, expensive looking furniture, almost like lounging chairs that have wooden accents with fine cushion and cloth, and tables and chairs for the kitchen, and it seems like everything is here. It's just covered and dusty.
This is, I'm lost for words. This is wonderful.
And it is 2 stories, so there's a staircase at the far end of the room as well.
Talia kind of points towards. It's like, can we go up?
She says, yes, of course, let's go. And you go up the stairs, and there is a large open room that has a very large window in it, so you can stand there and look out and see the lake. And it's kind of railed off from the stairs, so you would come around and go past the railing, and you can go to the window and just kind of stand there and look out and see the lake. And then you could go forward, and that's where the corridor for the hallway is. And there's 3 doors on each side of the hallway.
Can we? Talia's just
And,
looks at the window and looks at the rooms and looks at the window again, looks at the rooms and looks at Esia. Are these rooms already with furniture? Is there already something in there, or is this
and she says, I'm not sure. I haven't been inside yet.
Then let's look.
Okay. And she goes up to one of the doors and opens it, and it is a medium-sized bedroom. There's a dresser that has a drop cloth, and a large 4-poster bed, and also there's a window on that side too. You there, Pixel?
Yeah, I'm just very, very excited. Just like, okay, bedroom, right?
And she goes over to the door on the other side and opens it, and it is what looks like a washroom. It has a very nice clawed porcelain bathtub. And there's actually a mirror and what would be considered a sink, but there's no running water, so it's just all, buckets and stuff to fill it up and whatnot. And you guys walk out of that one and go down the hallway. And as you go through the other rooms, the other ones are all bedrooms. And
Okay.
you get to the door at the far end of the hallway and go through it, and that is the large master bedroom. And that one has a window, like a very large standing window, and that one that you look out of it and you see the mountain on the other side. and there's like a large set of drapes on rollers that, you know, can cover it if you want to, or leave it wide open. And this room is very large as well. There's like a king-sized 4-poster bed, and there's like almost like a walled off area, and it seems like there's like a washroom sort of set up there. There's a large like bathtub over there and different stuff. So
Sometimes just like stands there and looks around and then looks at Esia and says, I want to wake up here with you every day for the rest of my life.
and she says, me too. That's exactly what I'm trying to work towards. And once I can accomplish that, then we can live happily ever after.
She nods. Yeah. Yeah, we can.
And she looks around the room and says, I like it though. Spacious.
Me too. Yeah.
And she says, I think Spaz will have plenty of room here.
Oh, yes, that's right.
I think he'd really like it here.
I've for now left Spaz with Durgat's mother because I'm scared that he's gonna get hurt when we fight bad people, you know? And when she says fight bad people, she makes like little fists.
And she says, yes, that's a fair point. It's probably good to leave him with someone.
Yeah, and then maybe eventually, well, obviously eventually, I'll get him, and then when all of that adventuring is over, we can get him. He was,
And she says, I'd love that.
yeah.
And we have enough rooms. Your friends could come and see us anytime they want.
Yeah, I was about to say it's like, and then she does this like gesturing, and it's like I've already there. Some of the guest room. There's obviously the guest rooms, but maybe some of the rooms we could also make into to spaces for our hobbies. Maybe I could have like room for music, and you could have a room to train in, and just and we can have some animals, maybe not just Spaz, maybe some, I don't know, some other animals as well. And
And the whole time you're saying this, she's just staring at you, and like you just see slowly like a smile like kind of stretch out across her face, and she just looks at you and says, that all sounds lovely. Every bit of it.
I can't wait. If it weren't for everything that's happening right now, I'd say we move in here right now, but you know, I have stuff to do, you have stuff to do. And while I'm adventuring, I mean, we also get paid a lot, so I can also put money aside, and then we can put that money into the home, and all the money that's left, obviously, for us to live, and if we save enough money together, we once we retire, I guess, we can just live comfortably without ever having to worry about anything ever again.
And she says, I appreciate that, and we could do that, but I kind of want this to be from me to you. If that makes any sort of sense. I know it might not, but...
No, I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
And she says, don't worry, you'll pay me back tenfold once we're here. It's
Yeah, you can bet. We've got some time to make up for. 10 years is a long time, even though it's not really for us because we live a lot. But
yeah, you're elves.
you get the gist of it.
Your hair is like barely grown in that time.
Like not even like an inch or something.
And she says, but yes, well, if you're happy with it, then I'm quite happy with it too. And I think it'll be good for us.
It'll be wonderful. And it's right by a lake, and then we can go swimming every day, or, well, yeah, every day, or almost every day, and we can make a garden outside and grow our own food, and that's gonna be great.
And
I love it.
she looks around and says, "You want to go to the lake real quick?"
Absolutely.
And
Yes.
you guys walk out of the house, and she closes the door back up and uses the key to lock it up. Goes out the gate, locks it up, says, just in case. And you guys begin walking over to where the lake is. You guys begin walking and make your way like through the forest and get to the edge of the lake. And it's kind of clear, for the first 10 feet around the lake. And she kind of sits at the edge of it and just looks around and takes it all in and says, this would be a great place to have a picnic.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
And she begins to cast Hero's Feast for the two of you. Which it takes 10 minutes. So she takes 10 minutes and she pulls out a gem encrusted bowl and puts it on the grass in front of you. And takes 10 minutes to cast it. And within 10 minutes time, laid out on the ground for all of you is a magnificent feast. There is wine, there is roast chicken, there's roast beef, there are racks of pork ribs, there are roast duck, there's grilled vegetables, there's seared potatoes, it's a magnificent feast, and you help yourselves to it, and it seems almost never ending.
That reminds me, she says when she's like done casting. It's like points at her, points at the feast, points at her, points at the feast, points at her again, points at the feast, and then just starts gesturing again. You didn't know magic when we last, well, not last, when we said goodbye, more or less. You did, I know you didn't know magic, because you were always very impressed when I did it. Little tricks that I knew then as a wee bard. Where'd you learn all that? Where did you learn all that?
And she says, "Oh, well, that's quite an interesting tale all of its own. Let me tell you about it. So, I was hired on for a job. Just, a typical bounty. Make my way over to Vidar, far, far away.
Mm-hmm.
And the contract was for an old wizard. He had mixed some sort of chemicals in his tower that ended up blowing up his tower and destroying half the city with it.
Oh,
But
no.
the clever snake he teleported out, so he lived while hundreds of others died. And he was on the run.
Terrible.
I finally catch up with him in Vidar, and he begins to beg for his life. And I don't know why, but I felt bad for him. I realized he didn't mean to do what he did. And he told me that if I let him go, that he would teach me any spell out of his book. So I looked through his book and I saw this one, and honestly, I've been planning this moment for 5 years or more. And when I saw this spell, I told him if he taught me this spell, that I would let him live. And it took a little bit. I had to rip up the contract and tell them that, there was no remains to verify by, but he was in fact dead, and I had to convince a few people, but they ended up believing me in the end. I have no idea where he's at now, but hopefully he got away okay.
That's very kind of you.
And she says, But yeah, I know that one. And, well, I guess I also picked up this one. And she cast the light cantrip.
Oh, I can do that one too. I mean, you just saw that in the house. I know that one as well.
And she says, you know, it's not much, but it's something. I mean, I'm learning slowly.
It's practical.
I'm certainly not optimized for magic, but it's fun to do.
You also know how to track me with the necklace, and the necklace was magic because the necklace had message.
And she said,
And
she says, yes, I can't quite understand it myself, but I can feel where you are. And
maybe that's something the necklace does. I'll have to ask Moss about it. He knows magic stuff.
And she says, it was never like that before until you messaged me that first time, so perhaps, but I'm not totally against it. I don't mind. I mean...
No, I don't mind either.
Certainly, like, if you feel, you know, your privacy might be invaded somehow, I could get that,
no.
but...
It's practical. You always know where I am. We are, I guess. I wonder if it's gonna work when we're in the Feywild. We're going to the Feywild.
And she says, the what?
The Feywild. It's this really magic place. It's where we elves come from, or high elves, I guess. I think the high elves come from there. Moss is from there, and it's lots of magic. We need to go there to get rid of the Baron, because, you know.
And she says, I've heard of it. Yeah. How are you guys getting there? Isn't it supposed to be really hard to get to?
So, funny story.
Thalia.
So there. I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything. I do stupid things, but not like that. We went to this witch near in the swamps by Blackfield, and the witch is also from the Feywild, and or hag. I don't know. She's magic or something. But Moss is also from the Feywild, and Moss went in, made a trade with her. Well, the thing is, the witch only guaranteed us a way there, but Moss knows someone there, a friend of his, who can bring us back.
So you don't even know if you can. You don't even know if you can get back.
No, we do know that we can get back because Moss said he guarantees that we can definitely make it back.
Thalia, this sounds so dangerous.
I know, but I mean, we've done more dangerous things. We fought a dragon.
Well,
that's dangerous.
That's true. Yeah, you're capable. I'm not denying that, but
and I mean, Moss.
I just want you to be safe.
Moss,
that's all.
I know, but Moss is with us, and Moss knows the Feywild, and Moss said that his friend definitely knows how to get us back into this plane because he's done that before to Moss. Yeah.
Well, if you're certain you can get back, then it sounds like a grand adventure.
Yeah.
Just
because we need to,
you know, take care over there. I know you're strong and independent and one of the strongest people I know, but still, use caution.
Yeah, I know, especially I mean, the Fae can be tricky, so I'll be careful.
And she reaches down and grabs like some fruit off of the hero's feast, like grabs a thing of grapes and just starts, you know, popping them off and eating them.
And Thalia probably steals a few of them from her.
And she like playfully slaps at your hand like, hey, now get your own.
You won't even share?
And she says,
well, girlfriend you are.
Okay. And hands it over to you. And she says, I love this.
Me too.
And she says, but we probably should get heading back.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I could stay here forever, but we have a Baron to get rid of. Oh, he's this evil thing, and there's like 13 of... 13? Was it 13 or was it 14?
13.
There's like 13 of them. Minus him, it's 12, I guess. And we need to get rid of him, because if we don't get rid of him, the world is doomed, because these things would do anything for knowledge, and they would destroy this plain world if they are not stopped. But they can be stopped if they are not complete. So if we go destroy this thing the Baron had in the dragon in the Feywild, that's why we're going there in the first place. If we destroy that thing, they're weakened because they're not complete. So we can find them and kill them.
And she says, that sounds awful. But if you can stop them, then yes, you absolutely should.
We're going to.
If they destroy things, then there's no honor in that.
No.
It's destroying needlessly.
Yeah, we're doing that.
And she says, well, even on that end, be safe.
I will, always. I have capable friends with me.
And she says, absolutely. I wouldn't feel that you're in safer hands, to be honest, so... And, about an hour goes by on the Heroes Feast, and we now gain the benefits of...
Ooh.
Any diseases or poison that we had is gone. You become immune to poison and being frightened. You make all wisdom saving throws with advantage. Your hit point maximum increases by 2d10.
Forever?
No, for 24 hours.
Oh, damn it. Can I roll my one? That would have been cool, but you know.
Right?
Should I roll the 1d10?
Yes.
Cool. Let's hope it's gonna be... Wow, yes! Oh, I'm at 90 now.
2d10, actually.
Oh, 2d10?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
So 11. Yeah. 11 temper, or, 11's good.
Cool.
It's not amazing, but it's not bad either.
Yeah, I mean...
Could be natural ones.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. It could always be worse.
You get 2 points. Excellent.
Good job.
And, yeah. Oh, and you also gain that same number of hit points. So wherever you're at now, your maximum increases, and also your current ones too, to match that.
Ooh, nice.
So yeah, for the next 24 hours.
Cool. I'll mark that in and then write the actual number behind that so I don't forget.
And the feast just sort of fades out after time.
Oh, there it goes.
And the jewel encrusted bowl is no longer usable. It looks almost burned up in a way. The jewels are scorched over, the gold is scorched over, and Esia kind of taps it, and it just falls into pieces.
Oh, there it goes.
And she says, that is one thing that the wizard told me. Sometimes magic has a price.
Yeah, that's true. Like, some of my spells need components too, sometimes.
And she says, but nonetheless, bowls like that are relatively easy to get your hands on when you know where to go. I'm sure your rogue friend wouldn't have any issues getting a couple if we needed it.
Probably. I'll ask them about it.
They all care about you. You know that, right?
I know, and I care about them. Been traveling with them for months. I don't even know how many. I think might be coming up to a year.
Yeah, I would say it's been about a year.
I mean, Moss has only relatively recently joined, and one of them left us recently, but I care about them, about all of them. They're good friends.
And she says,
They have their quirks and their flaws, but they're all good people.
She says, definitely. Well, let's get you back to them then, huh?
Yeah.
And,
I'm sure they're worried.
and you begin following the path back to the cavern. And you get back to the cavern, and she puts a jewel on the magic circle on the other side, and she speaks into it and says, "We're ready to come back," and sets it on the circle. And after a while, the circle lights back up, and you guys walk through, and you're sucked back through the magic wormhole, and all the colors are just whizzing by you, and it's very exhilarating. And then you come out the other side at a high speed and come to a stop. Roll another dex.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Yes, indeed. Ooh. Esia comes out of it and goes to plant her feet in front of her, and missteps and begins to kind of go forward to fall.
Can I catch her?
Sure. Roll a dexterity again. Try to sweep her off
What
her
if we
feet.
fall? Oh, damn it.
Oof. You
We
go to
just
catch
fall
her,
down
and then
together.
and then you fall too, and you kind of dogpile on each other. And at first she's like, and then kind of starts laughing at the whole situation, like, what are the odds?
Oh,
And Master Samson is standing there at the side of the portal once again and sees the two of you and says, "Oh, I take it you had a good time then, huh?"
very. It's lovely.
And he says, "Good, good, good." And looks at Esia and says, "We're even now." And she says, "Yes, yes, of course, of course." And he kind of smiles and chuckles and says, "Thank you." And you guys begin to walk out of the cavern and come out into the daylight once again. And your horses are still tied up there.
And I was gonna ask, like, point back towards the cave, and it's like, who was he?
And she says,
If I may ask.
he is one of the elders of the Hydra's Head. He used to be an operative, but he's retired now, but he kind of guides us younger ones and teaches us the tricks of the trade. And he was a very naughty boy one time, and I got a little bit of dirt on him and used it to my advantage. But it's all in good fun. We both respect each other a great deal.
He seems very nice.
And she says, "Oh yes, yes, he's absolute delight from my own perspective. So he can be a bit tough on the newer ones who don't quite get it yet, but those of us who have kind of transcended beyond that, he has much more respect for." And you guys mount up on your horses and begin riding back to Wintervale. And it takes you a while, and you get to the front gates, and it's probably getting on nighttime now. And you come up to the gates, and the guards are standing there, and they see you approach and say, "State your business."
Oh, Talia rides a little, like, more forward with her horse, and it's like, "Hello, I'm Talia. This is Esia, my girlfriend. Look at her, isn't she pretty? My friends are in the city. They're waiting for me."
And he says, "Traveler, okay." And looks at the guards on the other side of the door and says, "Open up." And the gates open. And you and Esia ride through. And I guess we can go back to General now.
Cool.
So yeah, let's hop back over there.
I'm dead. I have to roll a new character.
That was a very convincing way of saying it, but you would have come here like, fuck!
Now you'd cry, Pixel. You would cry more.
I know. I could have already been done crying though.
It sounded like a little bit
I
pissed
love
off. I
how
was
Skull
like, shit.
texted me
Gone through
because
the
of the
stages of
music
grief.
change.
I mean, the others pointed it out, and I was like, and I just wanted to make sure.
We knew it was nothing, because that was the point
Alright,
of
Mike,
the music.
was the scary music changed if you clicking on the wrong music, or were you fucking with it?
No, I was fucking with you guys.
I fucking knew it!
Obviously.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah, I was fucking with.
you guys,
I was
you
fucking
guys have
with
no
Thalia
idea.
and you guys.
Mm. Oh, I have to tell.
But yeah, so Thalia, you ride through the gates of Wintervale. The rest of you, where are you at this moment?
We're
It's
still
it's what's that?
We're playing cheese in the bar.
Okay, because I would
okay.
say by the time Thalia gets back, it's probably like nighttime. So
Well, like
Oh, yeah.
getting back
Talia,
on.
Talia
Do
is
you
like
guys-
grabbing. Talia's gonna grab into her pocket and lift Sam up and it's like, Tony, Tony.
Hold on, guys. As I'm like mid-drink, I like zone out for a minute, like visual, and you see Sam be like waving at you.
Okay, and you, Talia's like has Sam picked up by one hand in front of her. It's like, where are you guys?
Sam like holds his hands out in a box shape, and then like does like a pretend mime for drinking alcohol.
Which one?
And he puts his thumbs up, smiles.
I got that reference.
I didn't.
Okay, Talia's like, thumbs up for the good one and thumbs down for the shitty one.
Yeah, Sam nods. And keeps holding his thumb up.
Okay, okay. She okay, Talia's gonna ride to the good tavern.
Okay.
Right?
Right?
We're in Wintervale again. I guess it's
As they
yeah,
arrive,
go
we'll
on.
be getting ready to leave.
You guys
What
could
the fuck?
either stable the horses at the front, or if you want to like hold on to yours, Talia, you can, you know, ride it through
Yeah.
town and stuff.
yeah. I
Tony,
probably
turns
once
to
I
everyone
see
at
the
the
others, I probably would get up and just walk the horse instead of riding it, so I can be on eye level with the rest.
Okay. Yeah, and
I would like to say to everyone at the bar, they're on horse.
Talia does the same thing with her horse, or Esia does the same thing with her horse.
And your clone.
Talia is obviously very, very happy, very very smiling a lot, just like very giddy.
Oh,
It's like-
Talia, did you get laid?
No, I didn't. No,
She's glowing.
I did
You
no,
just
no,
look,
no.
You look radiant or something. It's...
Can I have a perception check to see how red Talia just went?
Sure.
Oh yeah, very red,
Damn.
very red, very
What the
red.
fuck are
But
these
but no,
Dang, that was pretty good.
very very much embarrassing. Guys, not in front of my girlfriend.
It's like,
I run
well,
up to
this-
Talia and I just like kind of check her skin temperature, just like how cold it is, and like
Oh goodness,
Such a-
guys, I'll
Oh,
tell
what,
you
did
all
go-
about
did
it.
you go up to, like,
it's
a makeup-
cold outside. Are you okay?
No, I'm
Hey,
okay.
We've met a bit of a coworker of your
Oh,
no longer ex-girlfriend, and Moss will like reach his hand up for the kobold to hop on so he can set her
Yeah.
down.
And Esia walks up to Jamila and says, "Ah, you're still here. Hello.
Hello.
hi there.
I was
How are you?
hoping that they would find you, so good.
I'll pull Jamila off my shoulder and drop her onto the ground or the table.
And
Which would you prefer, Jamila?
Jamila will say, hello, how are you? And we'll say that to Talia.
Hi, I'm doing wonderful. I'm Talia. I'm with them. I hope they didn't cause you any trouble.
Oh,
Can
no.
I
not
ask
at
how
all.
long we were in the bar?
I mean, it was morning when Talia left, and it's nighttime now.
Tony has
so...
caused some trouble. He is
A while.
badgered. Tony
Moss
is
made sure-
trolleyed.
Moss made sure not to get too drunk because he knew he had to go pick up his bow.
Meanwhile, Jamila, who has drinking exactly one, like, probably fluid ounce of alcohol, is now completely hammered.
Cool.
I will cast 2 lesser restorations on my 2 very drunk friends. Oh no, I'll just do 1 at level 3, so I can hit both of them.
You must be real popular in bars if you could just undo hangovers.
Well, it
Hi,
doesn't
Tony.
undo the hangover. It just cuts away.
Oh,
the
you didn't tell me that before I ordered my 5th glass, did you?
But it's no more drunk as well, so you'll have to just keep going. Oh, you're sober now.
As you finish casting, he slowly stands up.
Yeah.
Like, this is gonna hurt in the morning.
Hi, Tony.
And
Hello.
Jamala says, "It's very nice to meet you. I've heard a bit about you."
Oh, really?
Yes, of course. I've been telling all of our tales as the Heroes of Wintervale. Minus, of course, our friend Durgit here, who's just on the sidelines, watching, cheering us on, of course.
Brynhilde.
A wave.
Jamal will say, "Oh, well, it's very nice to meet you, and it was very nice meeting all of you, Heroes of Wintervale and all that. Actually, before I go, would you like to see a little trick?"
I love tricks.
Sure.
I do
And he
love
looks
a
in
show.
amazement, like, of course.
Boss kicks his feet
And-
up onto the table.
I will spend 2 key points to cast darkness,
Okay.
and the tavern goes dark. And then I will use Shadow Step to step all the way across the tavern and release darkness.
Oh, where'd you go?
Okay. And the tavern owner immediately is like, "What the hell was that? Who cast that?"
And Jamal will stay quiet.
They're gonna make a
I like her.
perception check.
I like her.
Jamila is short and this bar is busy.
No, does not make it. And the bartender says, "You better not be casting again, because I'll find you next time."
And she like whispers under her breath, "Technically, I wasn't casting."
Boss will just let out like a woo!
So you'll start clapping voraciously. Woo, yeah!
I'll just join Tony with the clapping so he doesn't look like an idiot.
Yeah, me too.
Esia does a golf clap.
Addie will go and fly over and land on Jamila.
Addie being
On?
about the same size as Jamila will no, I'm just kidding. Actually,
No,
is
Addie's
Addie?
small as shit.
Oh,
It's
like he's
tiny.
like,
Tiny.
would you say like, okay,
His
so he's like
size
10 feet.
category
Like
is
sparrow,
tiny,
like
yeah.
sparrow size, probably.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, that makes sense then.
Or blue jay sized.
I expected more like hawk sized.
No, very, very small bird dragon.
Okay.
It
Yeah.
just looks like a dragon. The proportions are weird.
Yeah.
It's long. It's weirdly long. I will say that. The tail especially.
Mm-hmm. So Jamila will walk back over and say, "So how was that?"
Amazing.
That was super cool.
You're
You're
quick.
you're cool.
No, my character is so quick.
I could do that without doing the darkness.
It's also true.
Yeah.
Okay. Do I have to show off?
Well, you would have had a chance if you were with us on the battlefield.
I don't know.
But we'll never know, will we? Moss grins without a mouth.
I don't like
And,
fighting. What should I say?
Jamila says, "Yes, but can you teleport through darkness?"
Well, that's for me to know and for you to not, I guess.
Honestly, if you blink, it might as well be.
Fair enough.
I'd be honest, you'd be tough crack to take Durgit here on the race. Not for nothing.
Yeah, that's
she is
true.
Wait,
Just
how
about
fast is
Fair.
Durgit?
Fast.
Very.
Wait, but what's your movement speed?
I can
Triple move.
yeah,
Triple
I
move.
I can use dash as action and bonus action, so 90 feet normally with action surge even more.
I can dash. What's 45 times 2?
90.
90,
See
and
that.
then I can do a triple dash, I believe. Let
And
me
how
check
often
over.
can you do that?
I think I spend key points to do it, so it depends on how many key points I have.
The Durgit can do it forever.
Tony would like to rest his head on his hands in a kind of way, like both elbows on the bar, look over at Thalia like, so...
Guess.
First- So
Did you
Um,
die?
Yeah, I died, and now we're both ghosts. And
Cool.
both ghosts. She just as
Boss will like
as well.
poke you in the shoulder. Be like, that's a lie.
Tony like almost
Wow,
recoils for
really?
a second, and then it's like, no, I'm not that.
No, I'm not that. No,
So.
Esia took me through a way that I'm not allowed to tell you, over to Estelle, and she
Excuse me.
she bought us a cottage for when we both for the future. It's a house with a garden as well, and it's by a lake, and you can look up on the mountain, and as well as
Thalia.
on the lake, and it's so beautiful. We had a picnic, and it was really nice.
You went to
Tony laughs a
Esdale.
little, and then says, "Okay, but like, what you actually do?"
That was what we actually did.
Thalia, you went across the fucking ocean.
Yeah, I'm not allowed to tell you how.
Esia says, I can confirm that is what we did.
Thank you.
That is
Darn.
Well, I don't believe it.
Well, inside you did.
How the fuck did you get across the ocean?
Go ahead and
That's
roll.
Ask
Go ahead and
Sam.
roll insight. Yeah.
Can I ask
I'm
you
telling
that?
the truth.
Moss knows. Moss doesn't even need to. He knows.
How do you
Can I ask
know?
Sam?
Because he trusts you as a person.
Thank you.
I trust you. I'm just amazed.
I mean, I don't think it's wrong. I'm just very confused as to how you did it, or how you got.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm not allowed to tell you. I promise,
knows.
Essie, I'm not allowed to tell. That I'm not allowed to
Oh,
tell.
I
Because
will
it's
do
something
this.
she needs for the job.
That's
and
fine,
not allowed
but
to-
eventually we will need passage to Esdale, and I hope, and turns to Esia. Granted, we will make it worth your while. Just usage, one way, is all we'll need, hopefully.
And she says, well, all of you already know too much, but I'm afraid that I cannot offer that to you. This is my job, and the only way I was able to do it with Thalia was I called in a favor.
And Talia like sticks her tongue out. Mm.
Okay, I guess we'll chance it with the sea monster next time.
Yeah.
Tony laughs off, very, very unconvincingly.
Jamila will not say anything, but look incredibly confused. Like you can tell, like she's actually like turning her head, like a dog would do when they.
Is he like a dog? Like a golden retriever.
Yeah. No, but yeah, like you know how a dog like twists their head to the side when they are confused. She's
Yeah.
sort of doing.
Mm-hmm.
Either way,
Well,
it was.
I'm sure you had a lovely time.
Yeah, we did. And it's the house, the cottage. It has many guest rooms, so you all can visit sometime, and I can show you. And it does need a little bit of repairing and tweaking, but that's a project and she gestures to her, and then she gestures to us. Yeah, we can do together, and it was very romantic. And we had a picnic by the lake, and it was.
What did you
great.
eat? Where'd you get the food
Um,
from? I didn't see you guys having food.
She has a spell that can make food.
Yeah, that's fair.
And Esia says, yes, I picked up the spell Heroes Feast.
All of you to assume that I need spell names.
That is quite a large spell, Esia. Well done.
Thank you. I learned it through a favor one time.
Tony leans over to Boss and whispers in his audio port. What's that do?
It's stronger than anything I can cast, but it's
What?
essentially, you know how your food gives us like a little boost, a little bit of a pickup.
Yeah.
It's like that, but like way better.
Tony
It's like
looks
I
at
mean,
us
she
here in
didn't-
amazement.
We're
like,
whispering. We are whispering, young
Okay.
lady.
Sorry.
Get out of our conversation.
This is an AV conversation, so see yourself out of it.
Tony looks at us here like,
You've got some magic chef competition, my friend.
must learn.
And she says, "Oh no, I'm no cook. That's for sure. You can ask Thalia."
Yeah,
all
that's true.
cooking is a matter of imagination, and in order
I
to
can,
create a hero's feast, that is your own brain.
I can
I was a
burn
little bit
water.
offended.
Oh, that's true. I think you almost set our kitchen on fire while you were trying to make me a soup when I was sick.
Yes,
I think I still have. I think I
do
still have a
remember
burn
that, I
scar from that.
think.
I still have a burn scar from that.
Moss says, downing the last of the bottle. Alright, I'm gonna go get my fucking weapon.
I expect this from
Oh, cool.
Durgit, but Moss, come on now.
Well, it's really.
Yeah, that's kind of mossy, not gonna lie.
I'm just kind of
Suck
amazed at how someone can get a burn scar from another person making soup.
Oh, it's
Moss.
possible, trust me. IRL, I know.
Moss makes his way to the Yaramir shop.
Bye,
That's not
Moss.
Yaramir. Go get his fucking weapon.
I'll follow, why not?
Okay.
Jamila will run away, or not run away, run to her not apartment, room at the tavern, or at the Bad Tavern at Bad Inn, and get all her stuff.
I assume you
okay.
got that when we left the first time.
No, I didn't.
No? Alright, good.
When we left the first time, it was for an evening out.
There.
Hmm.
Yeah, we were gone for the day.
Also, she still doesn't know that if you guys would like, you know, if you guys are gonna.
Well, there's
You
one
know,
way to fucking
adventure.
find out.
She's not gonna ask that.
Weird.
Tony will join Moss and going to
Now Moss goes and gets his bow.
Okay.
the magic show.
Okay. So yeah, you walk in, and the elf behind the counter is there, and he says, I assume you're here for your bow, yes?"
Yes, sir. Unless it hasn't been complete. Was there complication?
And he says, "Well, you could say that. You see, one of the gentlemen who came in with one of his items, somehow heard about me taking a little bit of money off of you. So he offered me double what you did, and well, I couldn't refuse, of course."
Of course, my friend. It's understandable.
You give him lots of smile, like, yeah.
And he
Well,
says,
that serves you right.
but yours should be finished by the estimated timeline.
Yes, of course. Then, assuming that there was no completion of contract, then I assume I'd be receiving my payment back then, of course.
And he
Of
says,
this rush payment.
yes, of course.
Thank
And,
you, my friend.
Hand you your pouch back.
Thank you. Takes it very slowly, staring at him. I shall return in the morning then.
And he says, fantastic.
He stands, takes the bottle out, just looks at the bottle, sees it's empty, puts it back. Good day then turns with a flourish of his cloak.
And as you walk out, the little bell, like, ding, 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 ding. Like, on the door.
Tony follows you out and whispers in your ear, kind of serves you right.
Fuck you.
Not wrong.
Boss grows a bunch of fucking gross, like, really sopping wet grass on the back of your cloak.
Ooh.
I'm not wearing a cloak. Joke's on you.
It's just on the back of your metal then, bitch.
Oh,
It's gonna
God.
get rusty. Get some WD-40.
I will open this bottle.
Scrape it off with, like, a barnacle scraper.
He just lightly touches the back of the plate and a thin line of plant starts growing.
In that case, I'm turning him for the moment.
Yes, we go, I'll go back to the castle.
Yeah, I'll go back to the castle today as well.
I go to Mother's place.
Hopefully they
I
have
also
free liquor at the castle.
I also go back to
Splitting the party. I like
mom. Circuit's mom's place.
Okay.
I got a new dagger. Don't you fucking dare.
And Esia kind of like Esia kind of tugs on your cloak, Thalia, and says, "Would you mind if I came with you?"
What kind of question is that? I wouldn't mind at all. Sorry,
And-
your mom wouldn't mind if you wouldn't mind if
And looks at Durgit and says, "Is that okay, Durgit?"
I wouldn't mind, and as far as I know, a friend of my mom thinks a friend of mine, or the friend of a friend of mine is always welcome or something. Yeah.
And she says, "Okay."
Oh shit. Yeah.
I can yoink shit. Conversation is not my strength. Yeah.
And yeah, so you guys are heading to Durgit's mom's house.
Yeah. Hey Thalia, I got a new dagger. Look at this thing. It can do. If I stab people with it once a day, they get extra damage and they get paralyzed if they're like bad at drinking or something. It was something like that.
That is so cool.
Yeah, I know, right?
That's
It's
the
fun
coolest shit ever.
And Esia
Yeah,
says,
Where'd you get it?
Esia
Magic
says,
shop.
That's really nice.
Magic stuff. Hey. Oh, that's so cool.
How much was it?
500 gold was quite a price, but it was worth it.
Well, it seems
Clearly.
like you got your money's worth, though. It's a really nice dagger, Durgit.
Yeah, I really like it.
And she says, "Where's the shop at? I might need to stop there and see what they have that I could use."
Was it at Yours?
Yes, fake
Yourmir,
Yourmirs,
not-
yeah.
Not quite Yourmir.
Magic,
Miss Yourmir.
magic fire enchantment.
Con
Yeah.
and mirror.
Mystic.
Fake Yourmir was so
Mystic
great.
Fire. Enchant.
Yeah,
Yes. Yeah.
Mystic
Yep,
fire.
Stake fire
I tell Esia the way to the shop.
Okay.
Or like the general area where it is.
What
Okay.
did you guys do today, anyways? Did you do
Okay,
anything
so-
with the?
Rank.
Bleh.
We're not there.
We played a rousing game of cheese.
We're not there.
You're
You're
two
not
are
there,
not there,
you're at the
piss off.
castle.
Yeah.
Get
That's
out of
right.
my conversation.
I'm
Totally
fucking
in a-
drunk.
Doesn't need to be
Totally a
conversation.
talking
So
about
see
a
your
rousing
way
game
out.
of cheese.
We're playing cheese on the way home. We're playing. a
You're
rousing game
not
of
there.
cheese.
Shut.
I
Okay.
thought probably Tony you're doing.
Okay. So we went to the castle. I brought up my recommendation of pouring fucking acid on the flesh blob thingy. We did that. It was just foaming, I guess, smoking a little bit, and now it's
So it
just
didn't work.
mostly. Actually, it's mostly liquid now. With a bit of flesh left, and we want to observe it and see if it grows tomorrow. And if it does, the plan is to pour like fire, alcohol, whatever into the thing, and hope it has the similar effect to the acid. And then we went to the terrible tavern to get Jamila. I can't pronunciation.
And Esia says, "Jamila."
Jamila, yeah.
Yeah.
Her.
Cool.
And yeah, she had a bit of an accent to it. Yeah. Anyway, we told her, and then we kind of got into a conversation. Don't really know how that happened. Oh yeah, she brought up the Heroes of Wintervale. Definitely not me, obviously.
You're part of the group.
What?
I'd con you into it. You're also a hero.
I mean, yeah, technically, but I don't want to. This wasn't the plan. The only reason why I don't wear disguise in Wintervale because of that one time where I tried to like have a different identity, and some guy went up to me and was like, "Yay, Durgit!" So yeah, not doing that around here, and suddenly I'm a hero. Yeah, I had my mask on, so yeah, that happened. And went to the tavern, and then we just mostly played cheese. It's like a game that Tony knows. It's like you can like imagination thing. You can do you think of a character, you can do everything. It's all decided with like a coin flip. It's pretty nice and funny,
Okay, that sounds fun.
and it's always cheese related somehow.
Huh. Ah, yeah, figures with being called cheese.
Yeah. Anyway, then we drank a little bit. Tony got fucking hammered, and
Yeah, I
that's
could
where you
tell.
came in.
Sam gave great directions.
Good.
So I mean that
Sam
sarcastically.
starts acting drunk. It's 36.
And you guys make it to Durgat's house. And, walk in, and your mom is currently there at the kitchen table, and she's eating a meal that Eckhart prepared. And she says, "Oh, Durgat, I wasn't sure if you'd be home, so Eckhart hasn't made anything for you, but if you're hungry, I can have him whip something up real quick."
No, it's fine. I can cook.
And she says, "You're sure?"
Yes. What check is cooking?
It's a cooking utensils proficient.
Yeah, but we'll say for you, you can do a survival. I would like factor in being able to cook as like being able to survive.
Okay.
That's one of those like, I'll make it so rules.
Correction, I can cook with a little bit of help.
Do you want me to help?
All this
Can you
time,
cook?
you could have been learning from Thalia.
I have a 5 in survival. What do you have?
A solid, I think, -1.
I
Yes.
can cook. Knows literally nothing about cooking.
Yeah, solid -1. I can help though.
I can cook something up, and I can show how great I can cook. Like,
Okay.
yeah, and she goes into the kitchen and is like, okay, what are you
So-
making?
And like within the kitchen, there's stuff to make like breakfast. There's like pancake mix, stuff like that. There's bacon. There's it seems like small like palm-sized beef steaks maybe. There's chicken legs, different rices, potatoes, vegetables, carrots and celery, things like that, onions.
Hey Thalia, wanna
Okay.
make pancakes?
I was about to ask you the exact same thing. Let's go.
All out
High
of milk.
five.
High five.
Awesome.
Okay. Survival?
Yeah.
Can I help?
Come on. Hey.
Okay, sorry.
Thalia don't need your help.
I know. I am helping anyway.
So
It's
between the
appreciated.
two of you, you mix up the pancake mix, get it looking good, you know, and heat up one of the pans on the stove and make your first pancakes. And yeah, they turn out good. They're crispy, they're fluffy. There's maple syrup in the cupboard. And
I want to eat some cheese in the pancakes because that's good.
cheese.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
yeah. That cheese pancakes are. really
Remember,
good.
European or German pancakes are different from American ones.
That's true.
Oh, right. I was thinking American pancakes.
Nah, we're
initially,
not thinking
but
American
that's
pancakes.
Fine. These are German pancakes, to specify.
Yeah, the worst pancakes.
No, fuck you.
Fuck you. Get fucked, bitch.
I mean, Americans
Yeah.
like to put cheese on everything, but not pancakes. Even that's
You
crossing the
don't like to
line.
put cheese on
Because
everything.
y'all
You like to put an excuse of
boring.
cheese
Yeah,
on everything.
y'all are
Boring.
pussies.
Shit,
Okay, we're making some pancakes with cheese, some without.
Go boil some organs.
Americans don't have pancakes with cheese because Americans don't have cheese.
Sure we do.
We have some of the worst cheeses in the world. No, I'm kidding.
Generally.
We
Yeah, you
also
just
have
have
the
to know
worst
where to go
cheese
to
in
get
the
Okay,
good
listen, if you're complaining about the food, I could have just said we can make sauerkraut.
We have cheese that's not even cheese, man.
Anyways, we make the food.
Okay. Yeah, you make your cheesy pancakes. I can't believe I just said that.
We made you say it. How's that feel?
I feel violated.
As you should.
No, you shouldn't. Cheese pancakes are fucking great.
Well,
Y'all are just weak.
if I ever
Yeah.
make my
Anyways.
way to Germany, you can make me some traditional German cheesy pancakes to change my mind.
I
Yeah, we
will.
will.
I would have
Bet.
to try it in order to be like, okay, it's good.
Anyway, pancake time.
Anyways,
Yeah.
yeah, we make pancakes and eat them.
Cheesy pancake time. And
Easy pancake time.
they turn out good as pancakes with cheese can turn out. They
Son
are
of a bitch.
delicious to you, and hit the spot.
Cool.
and the maple syrup stands untouched in the cupboard.
Jamila will actually, before she goes to sleep, do her job as entertainer of Terrible Bar, and then go to sleep.
Okay. Yeah, and then Moss and Tony, you are both going to the castle, right?
Yes.
I would like to
Going
check
procure-
on the goop as well.
The goop. Okay.
Yeah, the sloshy meat.
So yeah, pull it out and roll a perception check.
Do I have to roll Constitution and not throw up? There is a perception check.
Mm-hmm.
My roll 20 is being slow.
14.
14.
Okay.
Can I also look?
Yes, I will gather
Sure.
Moss's attention so we can look together.
Jesus.
16. Okay. It does seem like some chunks have started to reform.
Oh. Maybe we slowed it down.
Well, hopefully tomorrow we can get my weapon and be on our way.
Fingers crossed. Well, just put it back in the
Okay.
Go to sleep.
Okay. So yeah, you guys go to the castle and head to sleep, and you at Durgat's place, you also head to sleep, and
Yeah.
that's where we'll go ahead and call it for this week.
Oh, okay.
Hooray.
That was a nice little comfy session.
Oh, that was wonderful, Mike. Wow, that was wonderful. Thank you so much. Oh my god.
What were the
definitely.
dexterity
I
checks
was at
for?
loss of word. That was wonderful. Thank
What?
you so much.
What the
Those
fuck
were-
were the dexterity?
Those were part of the things you can't know about.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was. Can I tell you out
Right.
of game, but you don't know in
don't.
game?
Do
Don't
not.
tell me out of game. I'd rather like discover it organically.
Okay, fair enough.